Lebang Kgosana is also known as the hip-hop mom.
The mind state of a winner. When you thinking about summertime, I'm thinking about the winter.
And she's taking you home in the driver's seat.
A classic sound this afternoon. It's called I Love Music by the one and only Lebang Kgosana. So, you know, Lebang was one of those artists who, when you hear a song and you hear her voice, you automatically know it's her. It's like an iconic voice that you can't copy paste. And she just sounds like she sounds. Like, it's just like her unique sound. And I like it for her. I'm definitely down for all of that. It's 12 minutes past 4 this afternoon. And welcome to the Tuesday edition of The Driver's Seat. My name is Lebang Kgosana, a.k.a. the Hip Hop Mom. And I'm not alone in studio. Freaking finally. I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get Money Badoo in the studio. It wasn't easy. But she's here, and that's all that matters. Money, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Finally. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Happy Heritage Day.
Yeah, same to you. Look at us celebrating our heritage on radio together. I like it for us. So it's been a while, actually, since I've been trying to get you into the studio. It's actually quite ironic, my journey in the industry and how you kept popping up. But I'll get into that. For everybody listening at home, Money Badoo is a multi-talented rapper, singer, songwriter, stylist, creative director. She's just a woman of many, many talents, and she's raised across the various parts of Johannesburg. Now, her eclectic background is reflected in her music and fashion, which merge abstract creativity with relatable themes. Now, her musical journey began at the age of 12 when she used to sing in the church like everybody. But before evolving into writing poetry and rapping, this is who she is now. She's back with a brand new single. It's called Don't Call Me, and it features Wiz as well as GT Beats. It's good to have you in the studio, Mama. How's it going? How's it going?
Feeling really good.
Yeah.
Feeling happy.
Good.
You know?
Happy is a good sign.
Yeah, we're working. We're getting music out there.
I like it.
I think any artist is like over the moon once it gets out.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's so cool. I think we were chatting a little bit off air about like the kind of year that it's been and how 2024 has just been one of those draining, really long years. And it's like everybody's feeling it now. The exhaustion is finally kicking in, that year-end fatigue. But I feel like for artists, now is the time to really stand up.
Yeah.
Because the country is hungry for groove and hungry for entertainment. So it's kind of a switch where for artists, now's the time to get active and get busy and just keep releasing your things. Yeah.
It's that time again.
It's definitely that time of the year. So I want to share, I don't know if it's a funny story, but for me, I find it interesting. There was a time, I don't even remember where to start, but I'll start at the first. So I used to work at a production company and we did a show called Gen Z for Channel O. And now the producers are like, okay, we need to get like really cool, young, funky people. I'm like, guys, Money Badoo, let's put Money Badoo on. They're like, nah, she's too much. You know, she's showing all the skin. She's too hectic. Long story short, I think we ended up convincing them. And like, you came on, you did the show. That was great. 2 years later, I started working at Cliff Central. And we were doing this Bull Brand podcast production. They were like, guys, we need cool, young, same brief. And I'm like, oh, here we are again. I'm like, guys, I know the perfect person. She's gonna rock it. And they're like, we're not sure. Anyway, you came and you did the interview and you absolutely blew my mind because you were so mature and you were so wise. And the client was like, well, she doesn't look mature and wise, but she sounds mature and wise. So what do we do? And we ended up putting out the episode against client's will, but they were so happy that it went out because it was one of the best episodes that we had. And I think it kind of showed them never to judge a book by its cover. You know, and some clients are always just so scared to, you know, be with certain brands because maybe other brands just don't really gel or whatever the case is. Maybe they're just too traditional. But my thing is, if you're trying to speak to the youth, then speak to the youth, honey. This is the language that the youth understands.
You can't box the youth.
You can't. The box is the youth is just so much, and it's everything.
And the culture.
And the culture. And what exactly is the culture to you, Money? I mean, like, you are involved in it in so many different ways. It's musically, it's fashionally, it's just like, you know, being in the catalytically. What does the culture mean to you, and why has it been such an important, you know, part of your journey?
Firstly, thank you, like, for being someone that mentions me in rooms like that. You know, shout out to you. I think we forget like there's the angels all around us, and
100%.
it just means even somebody saying, I know the perfect person.
Yeah.
So you're the best. Shout out to you.
I got you.
I think like to me the culture is, I almost think about it as like a time capsule of the evolution of life. Like we're just like living in the present moment. You know, like the culture could have been like when there were Homo sapiens. You know, I think culture is literally just a time capsule of the present moment of us in our like evolution. Because I kind of think like sometimes we look back and we're like, oh, that was that. Like we don't actually realize that the evolution is like us evolving right now. So I think that's what the culture is ultimately for me. You know, it's like it's more than just what's in, it's more than just like pop culture and like what we've all decided like we like, and that one song we all like at the same time that is in summer, and like it's like a time capsule. That's what I really love.
It's a flow of things, right? You can't kind of boil it down to a feeling or just like one item of clothing. It's a mixture of all those beautiful things that create a moment in time. I want to describe it as like an energy. Actually, it's like it's a way about you. It's a way about life, and it's a way about the time that we're in. You know?
And how like we decide as a collective conscious that like we like something.
Yeah,
because I think that's like really what stands out about the culture. Like I said, is when we all decide as a collective that like we love something, that it becomes like a part of like that time forever. You know, like it's a certain song of like December 2020 or whatever. Like we'll all remember it, and we all have this feeling attached to that nostalgic, like you know, moment in time. So that's why I feel that. Hence the time capsule thing is like the culture is a way of us like kind of saving these memories and like moments together.
I love that. And especially after COVID, it's like those memories are so crucial. You have to keep creating them. We lost so many people in the game that it's like, if we don't continuously wake up every morning with the intention of just creating more memories with each other, then what are we doing? Then what are we actually doing? Let's talk love and hip hop essay. Look, I'm gonna be real, right? I'm the hip hop mom, but I didn't really get into love and hip hop essay, and I think it was just like it was like timing. How was your experience representing such a major genre? And in that way, I mean, TV is a whole different ball game, right? On its own. It's not radio, it's not podcasts, it's a whole thing. How was that entire experience for you?
It was so cool. It's the third show I've ever been on.
Okay.
I don't ever talk about the first one because I was so young and
this is a safe space.
But it was the first not reality, but like reality based on my life and based on being an artist. And obviously I still consider myself up and coming. So I was the most underground artist on the show. Okay. And I don't know how I got it, but I guess my personality and God's grace, like he's always putting me on TV for somehow. So it was a crazy experience. I was so honored to be amongst such legends, and I got to learn a lot. And I mean, even just like not just like legends, like the cast members, which 100% were, but like production crew. So that was really, really amazing. And I also kind of fell deeper into my love for film and for just motion picture. I was like, wow, like I do really find myself loving this other aspect of like the industry that I'm in. So that was really, I think I'm so blessed. Like I don't know what kind of clothes I got, but like they always be putting me in the right spaces at the right time.
I feel like your lozzies are definitely working overtime. Do they looking out for you? And I think all that it is really just you're so unapologetically yourself, because there's artists that will come onto the scene and put on an act and pretend to be something they're not and dress very edgy and very cool, but that's not who they are. I think the way that you've kind of just grown into yourself and into your sound and your style, it's just who you are, and nobody is going to tell you otherwise. No one's going to be like, sorry Money, can you please cover your nipple?
They've tried.
Like they've probably tried, but dude, it's really on you to just keep being yourself. And I think the long and short of it is people are scared to be themselves. People are so scared.
I mean, I was scared, to be honest. I still sometimes find myself scared.
Really? Yeah, but you do it so effortlessly, bro.
I have to keep reminding myself that nobody actually really gives a damn. Like nobody actually really deeps it. And if I'm not like honoring like my truth. I think that's like more than anything like what stands out for me, because at times it's very easy to be a woman, one of color, two, and not be performative, because it's almost like we're taught from a very young age that to be liked is to be performative.
Exactly.
You know, you speak when you've been spoken to, and you're not allowed to be the loudest. You're not allowed to challenge, like, you know, boys, and you're not allowed to have a different opinion, even without it being taboo or without you being this rebel. Like, I don't know. And so I grew up believing that about myself, to be honest. But I'm also blessed to, like, my mom is very much on the rebel side. She's the black sheep of everything. Yeah. And so I was lucky enough to have that, like, exposure to saying no and being confident about your no. And so now I kind of see it as, even though it is so scary to be yourself, because I think, like, with technology and like the way of life right now, you're under a microscope, whether you're like, you know, like, let's say somebody's taking a video of you, which is normalized now. Before it was like, you're not allowed to take videos of people. You must ask for permission. Yes. There's nothing like that. You can find yourself viral on the internet right now, at any age, at any point. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, even your dog will go viral.
I'm telling you, without your consent.
Without your consent. So I think a lot of us feel like now life has become this, like, microscope, you know, like, so you're always performative. You're posting on your IG story and it's like, am I allowed to have this opinion? Am I allowed to really say how I feel without it being, like, scrutinized? And so imagine, as a performer, like, for me, I've had to, like, really dial down on my brand only to be, like, palatable to other brands. Because if I wanted to be a working artist who's not, like, starving, I have to, like, think about how I make social media work for me, you know, instead of the way it was before. You'd kind of have for other jobs that go completely against what you actually want to do, just to make up the money to do what you love to do.
Exactly. Which is sad for performers, man. And I think it really sucks that that's kind of our reality, that you can't wake up and do what you love fully and wholeheartedly and get paid to do so. You need to do something else to pay for the dream, you know, which in a sense, I guess, is kind of part of the story, but I don't fully know if it's meant to be like that. I don't know if it's meant to be that difficult. I think in other countries, in more developed countries, definitely there's spaces that have been created for artists to get in there and just be truly themselves and still eat and not have to worry about bread and the price of pap and the price of, you know, petrol and all that stuff. You can fully put your everything into your work and your craft, and that's how you deliver your best work. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Money, how would you describe your sound? I mean, it's definitely evolved over the years. I was saying to you, like, I can hear the growth in your delivery, and from all my friends in 2019, you know, right up to Don't Call Me, there's a big girl now that we're dealing with, you know. What is your sound described like to you? You know, how do you want the audience to hear it? How do you want them to feel when they hear your music?
I think I want them to feel like if they've heard my music from, like, 2019 with all my friends, that they've grown up with me, because we've grown up together, like, all of us, and we know who we once were in 2019. I don't even think I am who I was last week.
So many things change all the time.
Exactly. So I want people to feel like they're not alone, like there's someone who can articulate on a song what it feels like to even just be sad about a situation, sad about the love you have for yourself or somebody else. And I just hope, like, somebody feels a little less alone when they listen to my music.
That's so beautiful. Girl, the growing up. It's been real. It's been real. Money, in your opinion, what's the state of the South African music industry? You know, I'm sure there's a lot of challenges that you've experienced, or maybe things, you know, haven't been so challenging, but what is your opinion of the current state? Because from what I can tell, definitely South Africa's on, like, a global stage now. Everybody's kind of obsessing over Africa because finally they're waking up to the truth that Africa has all the answers. But beyond that, you know, we're seeing some genres just, like, take it to the top, and other genres, you know, kind of not. So how do you think we're looking generally as a South African music industry, and the role that you're playing?
I mean, I think that we always go through a phase where there's one subgenre that, like, takes off the most, you know. Like, before, like, hip hop was, like, everywhere. It was quite in those days, and then after Gqom came, and then after Gqom it was piano, and I don't feel like it's so separate. I think I guess it, as much as it is a subgenre, South African music still like ceases to exist in many ways. Rock and jazz, and I think for the hip hop, however, the hip hop community, it can feel like, well, we've taken a little bit of a back step, but to me, to be honest, with COVID and then the loss of so many like heroes, like our top two, you know what I mean, like our Kendrick and our Drake.
Literally,
it's
gonna take a while. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for us to come back from that.
100%. But I also feel like with that happening, we're going through a rebirth.
Definitely.
All like everything is gonna evolve, like I was saying, like that's the time capsule thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like maybe the evolution is more than an older generation who grew up in the times that like hip hop and Okay Malum Cool Cat and like Ricky and you know, and was like DJs like DJ Capital, and they were like, and there's a Twitter scene, like the Twitter kids with the club kids, and
sure,
you know, like we're evolving. So I think it's also like up to us to allow the evolution of that, even if it's sometimes when you're finding yourself that you were once the younger crowd and now you're not that young anymore, but you're still part of the culture regardless. But like the things that we don't really understand, we should allow those things, because I think the attachment to hip hop is dead, is that the hip hop that a certain generation is attached to is dead now.
Oh yeah,
and
but there's a new hip hop on the rise, and it's
hip hop, you know, and it's like a different underground scene of it might be like mumble trap to somebody, and like it might be something that's like that's not that hip hop, but there's also like Usimamani, there is like amazing hip hop, you know. So yeah, I just think the rebirth is so amazing to see, and I actually can't believe that. I mean, I thought that like my come up days is like 2019, then like maybe 3-4 months right after my first single, COVID happened.
Yeah. Oh, crazy.
Right. So I don't really feel like, I mean, with everything that I've accomplished in this time, I feel like I'm only really like reaching my potential now because of the time I had to take to be in a pandemic and to be a real human being that's facing things.
Sure.
So it's kind of amazing to be a part of that rebirth.
Yeah.
And that God's timing is honestly, but
everything.
You fighting to get through a window and he's opening patio doors.
Bro! The thing is, you need to have the vision. You need to have the vision. I love that. That's so dope. But you're definitely right. I think we need to allow hip hop to redefine itself and grow. And you're definitely right in that there's a certain sound of hip hop that may be dead. That 2014, 15, 16, 17, Doof Doof Doof, DJ Dimples, Speedster, MT in his prime, all of that. That sound is maybe not what we're vibing with anymore. But we need to allow for the new cats to create and cook, and by that I mean everybody in every part of the country, not just the Pretoria cats, not just our Smamani in KZN. The boys in KZN must cook, the boys in Pretoria must cook. Everybody needs to come together and collectively bring what they've got. The Marcus Harveys, the McLarens, everybody cooking is people cooking collectively. When you put that together, you have these crazy sounds that we've probably never heard of, but they are so dope. And that is what SA hip hop has become. So I definitely believe that there's a second wave that is happening right now. And I love the fact that you are also a part of it, because you had your first wave, now you're in the second wave. You're just a wavy hand, just like in all of these.
I'm surfing, I'm fighting for the waves.
Girl, better keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
But I'm here for it, man. So I want to go play some ads real quick. When we come back, I'm going to just ask you to pull some sentences out the jar, put you on the spot a little bit, but don't worry, it's not going to be anything hectic, nothing too major.
Born ready.
All right, cool. So it's 4:30 right now. You're still tuned into the driver's seat with myself, Lebang Kgosana. I've got Money Badoo in the building. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial.
Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. You're in the driver's seat with Lebang Kgosana.
All right, it's a Tuesday afternoon and it's 20 minutes until 5. Your time is just flying. What? It was like 4 o'clock 2 minutes ago. I like it here. I don't mind though. I've been playing you some really good music. I had a Rolene with Danger. Before that, I played you Shekinah with I Love It Here. I certainly do love it here. And I love it more because Money Badoo is still in the building. I feel like I'm just stealing her afternoon. I'm not complaining.
I love it here.
It's chilled here. So I've got a jar in front of you with a couple of sentences. I just like to play this game because I think it's a nice way for our audience just to get to know you, differently. So if you don't mind, pick the jar, pick a sentence out the jar and finish the sentence.
Okay, social media is...
Ooh. Not that heavy breathe.
Social media is both a networking advantage, but and also a doom hole.
If you use it wrong, it can be. It's tricky.
Yeah,
It's tricky, yeah.
but it's like one of those things that's gonna teach us how to like balance ourselves.
Yeah.
Because it can get deep. I'm not gonna lie.
It can.
Like
Like that's
social
what you
media
need to use it properly. Is what I'm saying.
Like politics, you think brands, like brands that were never like on the social media scene. They in every comment, like.
Hey, these brands like things sometimes.
And even us, like sometimes I find myself doom scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah.
Just as a coping mechanism. So and then I also have it as work. So I'm forced.
Yeah,
It's
no
like,
choice.
Yeah, like what do you think? I can't be like, okay, post that TikTok.
TikTok, like it hurts me because it's so much work. Oh.
So much work, and also it's just like everything is a paid promotion. Like you might think something blew up, but like there's like now people don't want to like organically push. They're not gonna, even if they mess with the song, they're not gonna post the song unless they're getting paid to post the song. So it's not we're not seeing authentic algorithms anymore. We're feeling it. We're feeling AI. We're feeling the disconnect between us as humanity and then this technology that is such a big part of our world, because our phones are always in our hands. We use it to talk. We use it to do almost every single thing as a human. So we're so reliant on this thing, but it also is affecting us in other ways. It's affecting the way we develop, the affecting the way that we see things, our perception of life itself. So social media is a tricky one.
It's pretty scary. Like I'm a mom of 6, right? And my biggest fear is that I don't know what the consequences of the use of social media from such a young age are going to be for our kids. I got my first phone, which was a Nokia 3310, when I was in grade 3. I was literally, it was like 1999 or something. Like I was a baby, you know. Social media, I think I only got into it like in high school. And now my kids, who are already 9, 10 and 11, are already like scrolling on YouTube shorts. And I'm like, what are the consequences of being exposed to so much so early? So these are some of the things that like even the science can't answer yet, because our kids, Gen Alpha, is the first generation that's going to go through this. So we don't know. Our kids are basically lab rats.
I think that they're going to be sick of us. Like, you know, like, I don't know, there's the story of these video, like, have you seen like the rebuttal of how the different times, like let's say you like 32 now, like the times of YouTube, there were like these videographer pair like families, and so this one lady gets like she's got like sentenced to I think 10 years for basically
just being like putting her child on
abusing
blast.
the children, but like, and then there's all these YouTube videos on her channel with like the evidence of
her abusing her kids. But why is she abusing her kids in the first place?
Because I mean it's her parenting style, and she obviously mastered it in such a way, but it's like 10 years of these YouTubes and this channel existing, and she's only going to prison now and it's the youngest of the children that like obviously had to bear the brunt of most. So I think that Gen Alpha is going to be sick. They were not going to see another phone or videography, no.
I hope so. I hope they get over it. And I just hope they don't struggle with their social skills.
I mean,
that's where I'm worried.
We
Like,
need to be the ones to take the phones away. So
no,
you can play
100%,
outside.
yeah.
You're going to go play hotspot.
yeah,
You're going to
go
go
kick
play
a
hide
ball.
and seek. You know?
No, definitely. Okay, grab another one. Let's see what you
Okay.
got. Cool.
I want the spicy one.
We kind of already did this one though, low key.
Yeah, true.
but
So I can skip it.
Yeah, let's skip it.
Let's skip it, man.
Yeah.
Okay. My biggest life lesson thus far is save your money.
Oh yeah.
Because you might think you are up now, but anything can happen. Anything can happen, especially if you're a freelancer and if you work in the creative world. Like, I think we don't talk about like how we manage our finances, because if you're not making a salary, or if you don't have, I mean, most of us work like 5 income jobs already. Like, there's different things that we're making money of, not just one. So yeah, I think now my biggest lesson as Money Badoo, ironically, is how to manage both Money
Badoo on how
money.
to manage money. I love it. All right, grab another
If
one.
there's any banks listening,
Yeah, this is your chance.
yo, this one's a deep one. Africans are
I love that one actually.
Africans are eccentric. I love that one. But I also think Africans are very powerful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Africans are powerful, but we're also still. I think we love in such a naive way. If you think back to like history, I feel like we were taken advantage of so much because we thought that everybody was just like us.
Yeah.
Forgot that like other humans evolved in a different way. And we were just we always very welcoming.
So welcoming. And we still like that.
We are like that. Yeah. It's literally part of who we are, and it is both a blessing and a curse. Like I think I love like people always say like, yo, if you come to Africa, like people are so nice, people are so and like that's the truth about us.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it can also come with a little bit of like
not so good stuff. No?
Yeah. But we are powerful.
Definitely.
Look what's happening. They're realizing. They try to also keep us. They made sure to like, they said, I divide and conquer. Because these ones, if they knew.
It's too much. If they knew how powerful they were.
If they knew, because how? We have all the resources. We have everything like given to us by the earth itself.
Exactly.
Like,
that's a huge deal, bro.
It is a huge.
And like the biggest resource for me is the people. So the people, like if you travel to any other country in the world, you realize that Africa is where it's at as far as people go. Like we have some of the friendliest, warmest, welcoming people on planet Earth, bro.
And we'll fight for each other. Like you see like how it happens on TikTok about like anything, like, even just Tyler related or anything South African related, like that Ubuntu is more evident, like prevalent now more than ever, because it doesn't matter like if you're talking about MTV jumping you, you're taking all of us together. It's not just only amongst each other like siblings. Like how you won't let another person talk like bad about your sibling, but you'll be there like
yeah, no, it's definitely like that. No DNA, just RSA, bro. Just RSA the whole time.
No DNA, just
RSA. I'm here for it.
If I had 10 million, I would move to an island where nobody knows me, and then I would drop music as Money Badoo, but also create another alias where I could create like jazz music and just farm and be completely like away from anything technology and just
okay, Khalees. I'm digging it. That's so cool. Like dropping jazz music under an alias. Oh, that's fire.
That's my dream life. But then I also would like put money into the communities that I'm from, because I'm from one major community called Ennerdale, which is like in the dirtiest of South. That's what I say. Pasatol.
The dirty.
So I definitely would invest money into the rest of into the world, into like things I believe like socioeconomically into, and some studios. Imagine this was just like studios were like something you could just go to at any time.
Yeah, like a 24-hour and free studio for young creatives.
For women.
That's so nice.
Like
women
a
only.
safe space, and there's pads in the bathroom,
yes.
and it smells nice, and there's flowers all the time, and it's like lavender, and it's like, I don't know, that's my
And there's
dream.
like lip stuff.
There's lip stuff.
You can take hand lotion home with you.
You can learn how to be a DJ. You can like learn all these things for free also.
Like a house or like a building for like women creatives. And one wing is like learn how to DJ. The other wing is like learn how to fashion. The top floor is like production, but like for women only. Dude, this is such a good dream.
That is my dream.
That sounds amazing.
And like for free. Like I would not want anybody to pay like school fees or anything. Like just for free. Like just sign up.
First for Women Insurance, are you listening?
Please.
First for Women, this is for y'all.
This is how we get the economy going.
It is.
Trust me, women are like so reliant. We're the ones who get the shit done.
We are definitely those people. Oh man, I love it. So Money, let's wrap up. You're back with a brand new single, Don't Call Me. It features Woods and GT beats. It's your first stint in the Afro pop, Afro beats vibe. So very, very exciting to hear how you're going to sound and how that's going to grow. It's definitely playlisted on our station. So if someone's listening for the first time, where can they stalk you on social media?
You can find me on IG at Money Badoo World, and probably Twitter too, and TikTok. Yeah, Money Money Badoo. Please say the bad BADOO World.
I love it for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, Mama. It was great to have you in
Thank
studio.
You.
We should do it again.
I can't wait. I'm gonna chop her ears off now.
Yes. It's 8 minutes until 5 p.m. It is of course a Heritage Day in South Africa. I hope you're enjoying your day out there. Money Badoo has just dropped so many gems on us, and I hope you enjoyed the interview as much as I did. I'll see you in a bit. Don't touch that dial.